Revolution, everybody. Like I said, today I'm going to be rolling off a few more. Been rolling off some videos. And like I said, I'm going to be rolling them off today because, like I said, things have been happening and things have been dropping. I think I got one more after this one. I got to do a little bit more work on it, but I can speak a little bit about this. I want to say this from the beginning of this for the reason why you clicked on it. But before this, remember, with all my videos, please subscribe to the channel if this is the first time that you've seen me. I know I'm not the greatest looking person, but it is what it is. Hopefully the message that I bring out to you is the truth, that you will find your information. You know, you can check me on anything like that. I'm open to all that, but subscribe to the channel. And also, if something's ringing to you and something's good to you, not only comment, but share it. Share it with your friends. Because the movement needs to grow, and people need to get this word and get this information. The scripture is very clear on this. My people perish for the lack of knowledge. And I do believe that we are in a day and time where knowledge is very key. And I want to see us, not as a people, die because we were too ignorant to what is going on in our lives and our churches and everything like that. So when you get the information, always verify it, always check it, and keep it on that. Okay. Now, I'm doing something on the other side because I want to be able to look at my phone and pull up some of this information. But it's kind of interesting with the next comment that I'm going to say. Because this is the reason why you clicked on this video. And because I am going to talk about TBN. For those who are unaware and have been under a rock, TBN has been in some serious trouble, family trouble, for at least, I would say, 4 years. I would say about 4 years. I believe it was about 2013 that this story first came to my attention. And I did a radio show when I was doing the radio, Church Folk Revolution Radio, on this TNN story, and finally, 4 years later, there is some sort of resolution. And I'm going to make this quick statement, and we are going to go ahead. I'm going to give you some of the details of this story. Now, since this story broke, Paul Crouch and Jan Crouch, founders of Trinity Broadcasting Network, out of California, they have since passed. But their legacy should be, this is what their legacy should be. Their legacy should be, at worst, Paul and Jan Crouch pimped out their granddaughter, and at least Paul and Jan Crouch covered up the rape of their granddaughter. Either or, that should be their legacy. But we know how things are, how church stuff goes. Nah, that's going to be the legacy, is that they founded TBN, the largest Christian television station ever, whatever. But that should be their legacy. They either pimped out their granddaughter, or at least they covered up the rape of their 13-year-old granddaughter. Well, like I said, there was a resolution in the case, and just to let me bring you up to speed. Also, I got that's another series I've been actually working on. I just haven't made the videos or published them yet. We ain't forgot about you. And this was going to be one of those stories, but because of the settlement, I could do it now. And I could do it actually as as this situation. So I'm going to change this up from a 5 minutes of truth. This is going to be the first installment. Just thought of this right now, and I'm doing this on the fly because I've been working on this video series, and I'm like, yeah, I could do this as this. All right, this qualifies. So typically I come with you for a few minutes of truth. Actually, this series is the inaugural. This video is the inaugural in the series. Paul and Jan Crouch, we ain't forgot about you. Okay? So now, with that being said, the news aspect of this situation, earlier this month, the courts in California actually awarded Carra Crouch, who is the granddaughter of Paul and Jan Crouch, $2 million as a settlement in the long-going lawsuit between the two. And it's basically been, it's caused a lot of issues within the family. So now Paul and Jan Crouch, there has been some acknowledgement of wrongdoing. And according to the judgment, that $1 million was given to her for past emotional damage, and $1 more million was given to her for future pain and suffering. Okay. Now, if you're not familiar with the story, I'm going to give you a brief synopsis of what was going on. Basically, let me bring up the I'm going to try to find it a little bit. Okay. Basically, there was a night in Atlanta, Georgia in 2006 when Carra was only 13 years old. An employee of TBN at the time basically talked his way into the girls' hotel room while all Jan and Paul and them and the rest of the the rest of the crew was doing their shooting of a PTL, or their Praise the Lord segments. They were out there preaching that, doing their little TV tapings in Atlanta. And during the course of the TV tapings, this employee gets himself into the room where Carra Crouch was staying. And during the course of the interaction, he gave her wine and also gave her some sort of drink. And just similar to what we know now, gave her a drink where the drink was laced with some sort of sedative. So basically he slipped her a Mickey, and then he began to as the sedative started to wear off, he began to kissing her, fondling her genitals, and the molestation started. And when she woke up, she suspected as she said, that her body was sore and there was blood on the sheets, and she suspected that she was raped by this employee. Okay, but since then, when she became of age and not only became of age, but when she told the story shortly thereafter, she said that Paul Crouch was livid, not with the employee, but with her. And from that point on, started the pursuit for justice for Carra Crouch. And when she became of age, she began to file lawsuits, and she filed civil suits. And yeah, there was a fight through the family for a while between Carra Crouch and Paul and Jan Crouch, which is their granddaughter. So one thing about it is, like I said, now they're two, both of these two are gone. Matthew Crouch, one of their sons, Paul Jr. is actually working with Word Network, I believe. I still think he's over there. But one thing about it, the legacy of Paul and Jan Crouch As much as we like to put them on a pedestal, at least I don't, but a lot of people like to put them on a pedestal, this should be their legacy. Not only the fact that Paul Crouch liked to have, gay orgies and stuff. That's another story. Like we said, we ain't forgot about him. Okay. Yeah, there was some mess with that too. But I'm not going to deal with that because I'm going to stick with the news on this situation. Plus he dead. So there's no really attacking him on that anyways anymore. But we haven't forgotten about you. You may be dead, but we haven't forgotten about you. So at worst, you actually set up a situation for your granddaughter to be raped by this employee. You pimped her out. And at least you tried to cover up the rape of your granddaughter. All right. This is me again, signing off. Revolution, everybody. Remember, this is, hit the subscribe button and please share this video. And we will go on from there. All right, everybody. Revolution.